Oh, sorry.
We are back here live, and our final score, Glacier Peak 68, Lake Stevens 50. Glacier Peak improves to 3-0 in Wesco 4A, 5-1 overall. Lake Stevens drops to 2-1 in Wesco 4A, and they are 3-4 overall. And our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game is Aaliyah Collins. We're going to give you the presentation of the T-shirt there. That's pretty fancy, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. Nice. Wow, great job out there. Just a sophomore, and you just had a really balanced performance out there today. And we checked in beforehand. You had averaging 10 points per game. You doubled that up tonight. You had 10 through the first three quarters, and then just kept rolling there in the fourth quarter. And you actually in that third quarter, you made some big layups there that really helped your team out. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, so hey, you're a media star here tonight,
Yeah.
and we mentioned that downstairs, and that you were our player of the game, and everybody was excited about that. Your team really came out strong with the defense, relentless defense. It just seemed like you really enjoyed playing it, and you got the job done.
Yeah. Like ever since like last year, since we lost to them in the district championship, we've just been really determined, and we've been practicing to play them again because we've just wanted blood since then.
Yeah, and that makes a big difference when these teams, of course, there's some different personnel involved because, and they're both young teams, both teams loaded with players that underclasswomen, and so I mean, looking at yours, you got 5 sophomores, 3 juniors.
Yeah.
Tell us about how that's been coming into this year and expanding your role.
I guess, well, I feel more comfortable playing with them because they're around my age too, and like we've just had really good chemistry together, and it's really nice having them like on my team because we all have like a role on the team, and we all like fit. It's like a puzzle. Like we just fit perfectly.
What type of drills do you work on with the defense to be as effective as you have been? Obviously, there was a number of fouls. We thought the refs were calling it pretty tight too. But, I mean, that's going to happen if you're going to play close. But what type of things do you work on in practice to execute like that?
I guess we do, like, game-like situations. And, well, we practice our press breaks and press against our own team. And we just try to pressure up a lot and, like, trap a lot too. So we just do it over and over again until we get it right. Yeah,
and something on the offensive end that worked really well for you. You take it to the hoop really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hit a three-pointer in that fourth quarter,
yeah.
Which you know, and it looks like you aren't afraid to fire one of those up from time to time. But it was the drives inside that really made a difference.
I guess that's like my role on the team. I usually like driving, and also if people collapse on me, I'll kick it and look for the open person to get them some points too.
Saw that too. So that is helpful when you know that it was, first of all, knowing where the basket is, and because some players don't, they'll go through there and fire it up, and it's way off the mark. But you really got into a nice synchronized move there in that third quarter, and it carried over to the fourth quarter with your drive. So an excellent job, and your teammates, again, just a balanced performance.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and you're our player of the game. So enjoy the T-shirt, and I know we'll see you again, and you guys will play against Lake Stevens later in the season over at Lake Stevens. So take care.
Thank you.
All right. That is Aaliyah Collins. She is our Adrenaline Fundraising player of the game. And, Todd, we're going to wrap things up again. 20 points for her, 13 points for Shea Sandy. And in that second half, Lake Stevens, 8 for 22 from the field. Glacier Peak, 13 for 27. We had a lot of foul shots in this one, too. And well over, let's see, looking at that total there, over 30 foul shots for Lake Stevens. And between the two teams, they shot 51 foul shots tonight. So it was with a lot of fouls. But, again, Lake Stevens, they'll be going to practice working on some things as far as how to deal with the pressure defense like that. But these teams are young, so it's time for them to just keep working on growing. We know that's going to happen. And you're getting a chance to see some of the familiar Glacier Peak parents here tonight, and we thank them for coming out and supporting the team, as well as those coming over from Lake Stevens. So
that's
again,
Paisley Johnson's mom. She plays.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got
Paisley,
a big smile on your face. Yes,
she plays for BYU.
Yeah, and there's another player that came out of here, Fatkin.
Yeah.
That is also went to Sammy Fatkin, went to Boise State. Now that's where she's at. So. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see these players make their way in. Actually, Montana make their way in and then come back. Yeah, so we were to take and wrap it up here. Our final score, 68-50, as Glacier Peak picks up the win. Again, for Todd Elvig and Nettie Ockett, Mark Ockett saying winning is for tonight, but Sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Take care, everybody, and have yourself a great rest of the week.